getting a different matchbox. This is just not. There we go. As soon as he got in here, of course. Hine el Yeshuati avtach v'lo echad ki ozi v'zimrati Adonai v'hili l'Yeshua v'shafte mayim b'sason mimanei Yeshua shafte mayim b'sason mimanei Yeshua l'Adonai Yeshuot alamcha v'irchatecha sel Adonai tzod imanu miskav lanu Elohei Yaakov sel Adonai tzod ashrei adnei adam b'tech bach Adonai ha'chiach hamelech yanenu v'yom karenu. Lai la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. I meant to do singles and I'm doing a double for this first time. Ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam borei pari hagafen yai lai la 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 yai lai la 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 ya la lai 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 ya la lai lai ya la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam borei minei v'samim borei minei v'samim yai lai 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 yai lai 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 ya la lai 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 ya la lai lai ya la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam borei me'orei ha'esh borei me'orei ha'esh yai lai 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 yai lai 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 ya la lai 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 ya la lai lai ya la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol ben or lechoshech ben Yisrael le'amim ben yom hashmini le'sheshet yamei ha'maseh Baruch atah Adonai Hamavdil ben kodesh lechol.
Bye-bye, Shabbat.
Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Imera ve'yameinu, Yavo eleinu, Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Shavua Tov, 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 Shavua Tov. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase. All right, so if you didn't join us last night for Friday night services, where I told about an American Jewish historical figure, I'm going to repeat a little bit of his story. His name is Rabbi Max Samfield, and he was the rabbi in Memphis in the late 1800s. And there was a yellow fever there in 1878, which wiped out 2/3 of the population of Memphis. 2/3. Now, 1/3 died, 1/3 fled, and 1/3 one-third stayed and survived. The Jewish community went from over 2,000 to just over 300 during that time period. But Rabbi Max stayed. He stayed through the entire epidemic, and he ended up losing two of his four sons. He adopted two daughters who had become orphaned by the thing, and he got great credit for staying on, was really a hero to those who shepherded his congregation, and not just his congregation, but the entire Memphis community, the general community, hospitals, burials, and really was a hero. Now, the reason why there was such great fevers in Memphis and other communities in the South was because of the heat, humidity, and the mosquitoes. It attracted these mosquitoes, and some of the people who had lived there for multiple generations, including even the slave population, had developed a certain immunity to this. But the Jewish community was very much an immigrant population, and they had no such immunity, and so they were wiped out especially hard. Now, you would think the story would end with him being a hero, but it didn't. And later records show that he was complaining several decades later, he stayed there for a long time, how no one was showing up for Shabbat services, and he insisted that board members come, the entire board come to every Friday night service, which they agreed to, but only on the stipulation that all the sermons were kept under 25 minutes. So I've gone on too long already. But given that story about Memphis, I'm going to sing a song called Walkin' in Memphis by a great Jewish artist named Mark Cohn. And yet in this song, ironically, he says the words, he's asked as he's playing piano in this bar in Elvis country, and the song is about his walk in Memphis and all the Elvis culture that's there. They said, "Tell me, are you a Christian?" And he says, "Man, I am tonight." So it's a strange thing for a rabbi to be singing, but I will be singing that line. As an aside, Elvis Presley was perhaps the most famous Shabbos goy, the most famous Shabbos non-Jew who worked for Jews, doing things that Orthodox Jews couldn't do on the Sabbath. His neighbors were Jewish, they were Orthodox, and they employed Elvis to work for them on Shabbat, to do things like turn on the lights and some light cooking and the like. So, very interesting tidbit to the Elvis Presley story. It'd probably be good if somebody in my family put the lyrics on a computer screen just in case I start forgetting them, which is very likely in this song. Put on your blue suede shoes and I boarded a plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Well, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. When I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Saw the ghost of Elvis down on Union Avenue, followed him up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Security, they did not see me, they just hovered around his tomb. There's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. And I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Well, they got catfish on the table, they got gospel in the air. The Reverend Green, be glad to see me when you haven't got a prayer. But you got a prayer in Memphis. Muriel plays the piano, every Friday at Hollywood. They took me down to see her, and they asked me if I would do a little Elvis, and I sang with all my might. They said, tell me, are you a Christian child? I said, no, man, I am tonight. When I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off the field. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded a plane. Touched down in the land of the Delta Blues. It was the middle of the pouring rain. Great song by Mark Cohn. I want to mention my friend Steve Krause, who I song-led with at Camp Swig in the summer of 1992. We went around camp playing that song together. Wonderful memories. I got a wonderful mask today in the mail that I want to show off to you, made by our member Deborah Hoffman-Wade. Check this thing out. So cool. A Hebrew letter mask. I want to thank you so much for making it. It's just amazing. Thank you. And she also made one for Karen in her favorite colors. All right. So we're going to do one more song, and Jonah is going to do it with me on the piano. Now, this song was released Friday, so we don't know it that well. But we're going to try our best. I'm going to move the camera. So apologies for that. It takes a second. Jonah, you go ahead and just stand by the piano, and I'll check this out. You can move that light. Sorry about that. Okay, so this song is by Luke Combs, great country artist, Luke Combs, and it is called 6 Feet Apart. And yeah, it's just a fabulous song. Of course, not all of you like country music the same way I do, but I'm a big fan of Luke Combs, and I have a little extra verse that I changed the lyrics to, dealing with our particular community, our Temple Beth Abraham community. We're going to do the best we can. We did practice a couple times. I continually messed up, so we'll see what we can do. When the dogwoods start to bloom and the crickets hum their tune, it's usually about the time that I feel most alive. But the news has all been bad, and the world just seems so sad. Ain't had much else going on. I sat down, wrote this song. Miss my mom, I miss my dad, miss the road, I miss my band, giving hugs, shaking hands. It's a mystery, I suppose, just how long this thing goes. But there'll be crowds and there'll be shows. There will be after dark. Some shaking hands. Soon we'll all be back in shul. Teens won't go 'cause they're too cool. We'll have minyan and Hebrew school. There will be light after dark. Someday when we are 6 feet apart. Giving hugs, shaking hands. It's a mystery, I suppose, just how long this thing goes. But there'll be crowds and there'll be shows. There will be light after dark. Someday we are 6 feet apart. Someday when we aren't 6 feet apart. Shavua Tov, may you all have a wonderful week.